throughout this challenge. And yeah, today I am representing the Rasa team and officially launching the challenge finally. Rasa team is very excited to see what developers are going to build, myself included. And it's not the first challenge like this that Rasa has organized, and the last one was about 2 years ago now. But I have to say that I am extremely excited about this challenge because we are witnessing so many incredible advancements in AI space these days. The technology is moving forward so fast. And what I really hope to see from this AI challenge are some, of course, not only advanced and very technologically sophisticated AI assistants, but also I would like to see what kind of ideas do builders have that might bring the real value to the users of those assistants. And I really believe that this is where the entire AI space is heading to. And today I am so excited to encourage you all and invite you all to start building conversational AI assistants with Rasa's Calm framework. So throughout this quick, more or less 30 minutes live stream, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit more about Rasa, because I know that some of the participants of this challenge actually have been using Rasa tools for quite a few years now, because I saw those messages in the Builders Slack channel. But also I'm sure there are some people that only learned about Rasa and Calm framework through this challenge, which we are just launching. So I'm gonna give you just a very brief and very simplified overview of what Rasa and Calm is, and then I will cover all of the most important details about the challenge, everything that you should know, and we will officially kick this off. So I am very excited. And if you have any questions and if you have any comments, feel free to just drop them into the chat of this live stream, and we will be picking those questions up and answering right away in the chat as well. So let's dive in. It's so exciting. So personally, I have been working with the Rasa team for quite a long time, and first and foremost, Rasa is a team of professionals that have been working in the conversational AI space for a really long time. Really, it's like one of the OG teams that have been pushing the technology and the tooling of the conversational AI for a really long time. And it started as a really amazing project that was focusing on building NLU tools, open source NLU tools, and dialogue management tools. And over the years, it evolved into what it is today. And with the rise of AI and LLMs and all of the technological advancements that have happened over the past few years, Rasa team as well have pushed the limits of what's possible with Rasa and what Rasa as a framework now, what does it offer and what it enables developers to build. And recently they released a new framework called Calm, and the key point about Calm is that it's built to enable developers to build enterprise-grade advanced conversational AI assistants. Now, what does it mean? Calm in general, and it's the key thing about Calm, is that it blends the power and flexibility of large language models, but also it still allows developers that are building those assistants to incorporate the business logic into their assistants. And it's a very important feature that sometimes gets forgotten when it comes to building enterprise-grade AI assistants, because with all of this flexibility that LLMs provide, the mistakes that AI assistants might make in the enterprise setting, in production setting, can be very costly. And this is what Rasa has been trying to achieve and enable developers to build those advanced and really sophisticated conversational AI assistants that can handle conversations in a very natural and seamless manner, but also still keeping the importance of known business logic within those conversations that assistants are handling. So this is really the preface into the Calm framework. I will talk about that a little bit more. But I think the key thing that you have to understand about Calm is that it combines the best of both worlds, the flexibility and the power of LLMs when it comes to understanding user inputs and contextualizing them, and the business logic, which is so important in enterprise setting. So let's dive into this a little bit more. Alan, one of the co-founders of Rasa, has quite recently published a blog post which was also called Prompt and Pray, and it's kind of like the notion that is discussed within the Rasa team quite significantly is that when it comes to enterprise assistants that are actually handling real requests and real questions from the users that are fairly important, and mistakes could be even sometimes life-changing, and how those kind of systems are built today is that sometimes they actually lean towards using only LLMs too much, and basically allowing an LLM to guess all of the outputs every single time for every single user. And the issue with that is that even with RAG, retrieval augmented generation techniques, it is very difficult like that to manage the hallucinations that LLMs can have, and just in general the mistakes that it can make when it comes to executing a specific action, or maybe not acting on the user's requests and question as fast as it should execute on. So in the current setting and how most of the times AI assistants are being built right now is that there is some kind of pre-processing. For example, there is RAG that pulls some data, some knowledge, and adds it to the prompt before feeding into the LLM, and then we sort of just cross our fingers and pray that an LLM will make the right prediction and that it will provide the correct and the right response. And it's being done like this for every single user in every single situation. And what Calm is built for is to still use the LLMs for really good and powerful understanding of user inputs, also putting them into the context and contextualizing them really well, and also then deciding whether or not the response should be purely LLM based, or should it also leverage some business logic. And this is the key distinguishing factor about Calm framework, is that after the dialogue understanding components that are empowered by LLMs to really understand what the user is asking, it can predict what in Calm is called flows, which can incorporate specific known business logic that would either prompt the assistant to either take specific action right away because it's known and it's pretty clear from all of the business knowledge that enterprises have, or it might be a specific steps to, let's say, collect specific information that is necessary, calling specific APIs and things like that. It's very important to understand that with Calm, you don't have to have business logic defined for every single step of the conversation, and that is really the most crucial part, is that it's only for those specific things and specific situations where making mistakes would be too costly and too detrimental, or where it's known and there is no reason to have LLM to guess what should be the outcome or what kind of step that an assistant should take at the specific situation. And for everything else, assistant can leverage LLMs and really have these kind of features like handling chit chat and have very natural conversational manner when speaking to the users. And Calm has a lot of components like that. For example, there is contextual response rephraser, which if your business logic includes some, let's say, templated responses that an assistant should send to the user at a specific step, you can still use components like contextual response rephrasing, which basically adds some LLM magic and in a very subtle way rephrases those responses that are templates, but it just adds some variation so that every single time a different user or even the same user, when they ask the same question, an assistant can have more dynamic responses and even adapt to the speaking manner of the user. And this is just a very quick, another illustration of what Calm framework looks under the hood. When users ask questions, there is a specific prompt that is being sent to the dialogue understanding component, which is powered by LLMs. It makes a prediction, for example, what kind of flow that is that has business logic incorporated in it should be triggered, or maybe there is no specific flow that needs to be triggered. But this is where the LLM would make a decision. And if there is a specific flow that is triggered, there are lots of different things that can happen. Your assistant might just right away send a response. In other cases, it might pull some known information from slots, or it will actually ask additional questions based on the specific flow in that defined business logic for what additional details the assistant needs. Maybe it will execute some custom actions that can be written in simple code, and maybe it will make some API calls and things like that, and eventually send the response to the user. You will see how all of these components come together as you start building your assistant. And we also have some additional details and videos and tutorials that will make it easier for you to understand how to define all of them. For example, how to define flows and how to define domain and everything else, because as you can see, all of these components under the hood, they are specific files that you can configure where you can add additional details and so on. So this was just a very quick crash course into Calm. Of course, there are so many nuances of Calm that you will get familiar with and learn along the way. And we are very excited to see how you are going to leverage all of the Calm framework components. And yeah, excited to see what kind of ideas you will come up. So let's talk about the challenge itself and what does the challenge entail. So the main ask for you for the Rasa's AI Agent Building Challenge is to use Calm framework and to build advanced, cutting-edge AI assistants that would really showcase the power of the synergy between blending the LLMs and business logic, and also how we can incorporate RAG into the mix as well, and how all of this enables assistants to handle complex conversations seamlessly. And the best part is that we are not asking you to pick a specific domain. Again, you are free to think of what would be the most valuable use case for the end users, and where Calm framework could really shine, and all of these capabilities that Calm framework bring to the developers, and how all of this can translate into natural and really powerful conversations for the end user. So you are free to pick any domain that you are interested in, the one that you think would be really valuable use case for the end users, for the outside world, and you are good to go and build in that specific domain. If you struggle with coming up with the ideas, there are just a few examples of what you can consider. But once again, I really want to emphasize that you can choose the use case that you feel like you are really interested in, or the use case that you feel that would be really powerful and useful for the end user. So, for example, some use cases for inspiration: assistance in healthcare. Um, for example, enabling the users to get information about their appointments, maybe book new appointments, finding the best specialists or clinics for the issues that they have and information that they would like to find. Aviation, for example, of course, booking tickets, finding information about the flights, changing them, buying additional add-ons for the trip and things like that. Public transportation, for example, so planning the trip, buying tickets, getting the information about the schedules and things like that. Let's say telecommunications, about getting information about the plans that the user have, maybe adding some add-ons, for example, buying a specific plan when they are flying to a specific country and things like that. Grocery or HR as well. HR is a really interesting use case, I think, because I believe that AI assistants can be really enhance the onboarding experience for new employees. So, for example, you can build an AI onboarding buddy that can help the new employee to get onboarded, or an AI assistant that would make it much easier for the users to do payroll or book vacation times and things like that. There are so many interesting use cases that I think would be really interesting to see you build in. So be creative. And these are just some ideas for you, but I'm really looking forward for some very interesting and creative ideas for where you think AI assistants could really shine and showcase their capabilities. I feel like I haven't even mentioned one of the most important things is that there is a very significant and exciting prize pool that you will be awarded from if you, of course, are amongst one of the winning teams. We have $15,000 in total in our prize pool, and it will all be distributed among the winning projects. The first place will be rewarded with $10,000 prize, second place $3,000, third place $1,000, and it's not the end. We actually have additional 1,000 bonus prize for the most creative Rasa feature request. So keep that in mind as you use Calm framework. And if you see that you would really like to see some kind of specific feature that is not available just yet, if you submit, and this will be available in the project submission form, if you submit a request for a specific Rasa feature that would be extremely valuable to enhance the capabilities of Calm, you might be eligible to win the $1,000 bonus prize. And last but not least, I'm sure there will be lots of really amazing projects, and I know for sure that judges will have a really hard time to pick their favorites, but 10 additional projects that we believe are very notable and really cool will also be rewarded with exclusive Rasa swag. And I can promise that it's definitely worth fighting for the Rasa swag as well, because it's really nice and really cool. Another thing that I think is important to mention here is that, of course, you can participate in this challenge as a team. So you can build either by yourself, or you can put together a team and work on the project all together. And all of these prizes that you can see right now on the screen, of course, they will be given to a team. So if it's one person in a team, then that one person will take all of the prize money. But if it's a team, then the prize money will be given to the entire team, and then team members will be completely free to distribute the prize money amongst themselves. So since I mentioned that judges will have a hard time picking their favorites, let's talk about the project evaluation. We will have a really experienced and very exciting panel of judges that will be looking into all of these projects that will be submitted. And the judges panel will consist of a group of Rasa employees. And we will also have some well-known names in the industry from experts that are building really cool projects in the AI space. For example, I know that there will be my former colleague, Tai, who is currently working on a project to continue. And he will be one of the judges, and we'll have a few additional names as well that will be looking into all of these projects. And all of the judges will be evaluating all of these projects based on the same judging criteria. It's very important to make sure that it's fair and all of the projects evaluated the same way. So we will be looking at things like, does the assistant that you built use Rasa's Calm framework? This is the main core prerequisite to use Calm, which is enabled and provided to you using the Rasa Pro libraries. Then, can your assistant handle complex conversations? Does your assistant combine RAG and transactional flows? Does your assistant have any interesting backend integrations? And those can be anything from traditional databases or any additional tools to other AI tools as well. So this is where you can be really creative and get additional points for incorporating some additional tools in your solution. And last but not least, does your assistant use open source LLMs or even fine-tuned models? It's very important for you to know that, of course, you can use any kind of LLMs that you like, and Rasa and Calm framework actually support most of the most popular LLMs out there. So from OpenAI to all of the models that are available on the Hugging Face and others, you can also self-host the models. So if you do go with the open source route, and especially if you fine-tune the models, definitely make sure to include that into your project submission, and you will get some quite significant extra points for that. So here as well, you can be as creative as you can with your solution. Now, how to get help? Because, of course, I think at some point you will either have questions or you will need some technical help. So a few things here. First and foremost, make sure that you join the Rasa AI Challenge Slack channel. I referred to this channel, Slack channel, before as Builders channel. So make sure that you are part of it, because this is where I will be available to help you out with technical questions, any questions really that you might have. And also, this is where we are going to be sharing all of the most important announcements, updates. From time to time, I believe I will definitely be adding some additional resources that you might find helpful. And within the channel, you will find technical support channel that you can use specifically for getting technical support. You can always tag me, and there will be additional Rasa team members to help you out with technical questions. And I really hope that builders that are participating in this AI challenge, that they will also help each other and collaborate. And on top of that, we also put together, I believe, really useful directory of useful resources to get you started. Maybe I can actually quickly show you that. So this is the Slack channel that we have, and there is technical support channel, and there is this tab called Use Technical Resources. All of this content will also be shared in some other spaces as well. But here you can see that you have all of the necessary guides that will get you going, from setting up the working environment, acquiring the Rasa Pro Developer Edition license, which is completely free. You get all of the features of the Rasa Pro and Calm, but it's necessary for you to use the framework. And then all of the important resources for you to understand Calm. We have the entire course on Calm that we put together a while ago. Then we have some tutorials, CLI overviews, technical documentation guides that I believe will be the most relevant to you as you build your assistant, and then some examples and use cases for you to get going and get inspired for what to build. So definitely check this out. And once again, make sure to join the Rasa AI Agent Building Challenge Slack server, and the link to this Slack server will be also included in the comments of this stream, as well as links to additional useful resources and things like that. So let's go back to the slides. Okay. So yeah, the most important thing is if you do get stuck, don't hesitate to ask for help. And I'm sure that there will be either Rasa team members, including me, helping you out, or I really hope that builders themselves will be collaborative and help you out as well if you get stuck or you're unsure how to use a specific feature. And what to submit. So as you work on your project, make sure that you keep in mind that all of the projects towards the end of the challenge will have to submit their projects for the judges to look into them, evaluate them, and consider them for the prizes that we already covered. So it's very important that in your submission you include two things. You include the link to the GitHub repository that contains the implementation of your assistant. We also ask that your repository is configured with GitHub code spaces. How to do that is all covered in the useful resources that you have available, and the way the installation of Calm and Rasa Pro looks like. You will actually have all of this configured for you as you follow the setting up guides. So it's really not complicated. If you do have some issues with that or some difficulties to do that, of course, reach out to me and we will help you out. But it's important to just make it easier for the judging panel to be able to very fairly look into the project implementation that you have and also test it out and see how the conversations with your assistant actually work. And on top of that, we are asking you to submit a 5-minute video that presents your implementation, your solution. So we just want to see a quick overview of your project and the demo of the actual conversations that your assistant can handle. That video can be recorded in any shape or form. You can use any tool out there that you like, from Zoom, Loom. You can upload it on YouTube. You can share it using the Google Drive. Really, it's the way you do it, it's up to you. We don't have a preference for the platform, but we would just really like to see that kind of overview from you in a video form. So those are really the two things that you will have to submit. There will be a few additional questions in the submission form. Submission form as well is linked in the description of this stream. We are just gonna ask for some additional details to know who are the team members that worked on this specific project, and also the primary point of contact, so that we can reach out and of course hopefully share the good news that your solution is one of the winning solutions for this challenge. And last but not least, the timeline. So from today, and today is the day when the challenge kicks off, you have full 3 weeks to build your project. Once again, you can build your projects by yourself, you can build it in a team. Everyone gets 3 weeks to build their solutions. Throughout that time, you can make submissions for your project at any moment, but the hard deadline for the submissions is the 31st of March. Projects that are submitted after this day, unfortunately, will not be considered for the prizes, so keep that date in mind. You can make submission anytime, 2 weeks into the challenge, 1 week into the challenge if you finish it much earlier. But of course, we encourage you to take the whole 3 weeks to really build out your solution. And by the 31st of March, we would like to see your submission. After the submission deadline, the judges will start their work on evaluating all of the submitted projects, and we are going to announce the winners of the challenge on the 3rd of April. And then the following day, we are going to have a very fun and very exciting demo day, because I would really like to have as many teams as possible to jump on a live showcase of the projects that they have built, tell everyone a little bit more about how did they come up with a solution, what kind of challenges they had, and how their final implementation looks like. So this is the timeline, keep that in mind. All of this information is also available everywhere on Slack that we have for all of the attendees of this challenge, and also on the main landing page of the AI challenge. And we will always remind you of the upcoming deadlines. So just start building, and just really focus on building out your solutions. So I think those are the core things that I wanted to share with you today. I'm so excited. I hope you can see from my smile that I have on my face that I'm really excited about this competition, about this challenge. Really think about what kind of valuable things you can build. Take advantage of everything that Rasa and Calm Framework can offer. Ask for help if you need, and surprise us with your solutions. So good luck to everyone. I definitely going to be around for any kind of questions on Slack. And I'm sure that we will see each other on other events that we're going to have throughout those 3 weeks. We will have some AMAs. I think we'll definitely have some additional conversations with people from Rasa, maybe even our judges. So we'll keep you updated on that. But for now, I will say good luck. And I cannot wait to see what you can build.